Hello, hello. Sorry for the delay. Um, Hello. So, for those of you who do not know me, I am WRG Ben, product manager on Star Trek Timelines at Wicked Realm Games. I'm very excited to be back on stream with you all for our second ever Wicked Realm Games stream. So, again, please let me know if anything sounds off or looks off. I can make adjustments. I'll wait for a thumbs up, make sure everything sounds, sounds okay. Okay, so I'll get right into it. So today I'll be demoing our new feature improvement along with the quality of life and bug fixes we have made to Fleet boss battles. Um, and at the end, I will go over a few things for upcoming Star Trek Day celebrations that we're going to be rolling out throughout September. But before I jump in, I'd like to thank all of our players that spent the time giving us feedback on Fleet boss battles. All of your feedback had a major impact on how we went about prioritizing the work for this client. Shan and myself gathered all the feedback from high and low, from the forums to our social channels to in-game and Discord, to make sure everyone's voices were heard. And all that feedback directly impacted our 910 client. So we very much appreciate all the feedback, and we're looking forward to hearing your opinions of our changes and additions to Fleet boss battles as soon as we're able to turn Fleet boss battles back on. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first I will go over the client notes, and then I'll jump into some gameplay for you all to see. So uh, on the first, traits will no longer be incorrectly grayed out in the combo view trait list. We saw that there were a few issues with that, and some feedback around that as well. So that is something that we addressed. The addition of personal damage threshold damage tiers, dropping the tiers very low, which means that everyone will now it'll allow everyone to participate in receiving rewards, including the boss destruction reward. So if you just be able to do one or two battles, and your fleet is still able to do the rest to get damage rewards, those other players that maybe can't do as much damage as you will still be rewarded with some of those rare rewards from the destruction rewards. Improved crew selection. So when trying to resolve a node with addition of a search function, showing more relevant traits for each crew listed, but also showing crew that are in the vault with the ability to unfreeze them directly from the list, provided you have a crew slot space available. And it will no longer be possible to attack the boss without crew, although I don't know why some of you tried. Anyways, bridge buff. The damage taken from boss has been renamed to defense against boss. Combo view. So within the combo view, traits list will now remain visible after you unlock a node. We heard you loud and clear on that feedback with the possible traits list disappearing after a node has been completed. That has been removed, and now the possible traits will be visible even though you have completed a node. We've addressed some scaling issues that have been fixed. It should now be easier to close the captain's bridge on certain devices. The list of traits in combo view should no longer run the risk of being truncated. As a result, the traits shown will go up to a maximum of 24 instead of 12. The number of traits displayed varies per combo and chain. Combo chain node. The avatar of the crew that was used to resolve the node will be displayed, alongside the name of the fleet member having unlocked the node. We got a lot of feedback of players wanting to know which crew was used to complete a node, and this is what that addresses. So with fleet boss battles, info text has been updated to clarify and to include information about the new buff system. Combo chain buff or combo chain effects. Completing a combo will grant each fleet member with a same temporary buff to a ship stat, and this for the remainder of the boss battle. The effectiveness of the buff given will be rolled and will be random based on specific parameters. The possible buffs and effectiveness ranges are as follows, and some of these may change as we're wrapping up some balancing and some testing. Effects that you can get are increasing attack from 5% to 15%, increasing attack speed 5% to 15%, increasing crit rating 300 to 1000, increasing crit bonus 3000 to 10,000, reduce damage taken from boss 2% to 10%, reflect part of damage taken from boss 5% to 13%, and reduce all cooldowns 1 second. A lot of these effects can drastically change gameplay, and so we're really excited about that. And these effects do stack. The more combos you do complete, the more effects you get. And during playtesting, I got my attack speed up to greater than 50%, and it was absolute chaos. So we're really excited for this. There will also be a chance to receive one or more of these buffs with a bonus multiplier attached of 2 times or even 3 times. This will make each boss battle run different from your previous run, and we are hoping that receiving a buff will encourage you to experiment with ship and crew loadouts like it did to us within our playtests to do the most damage possible. This system will also help players do more damage in general. The combo chain buff reroll. If you don't like the buff you received as a reward for your fleet completing a combo, then you have the option to reroll your buff for a small dilithium cost. This will only change the buff for the individual doing the reroll and will not affect the whole fleet. The cost of a reroll will increase with each reroll, starting at 15 dilithium and up to 50 dilithium. Cost amount may change based on our final testing results. But rerolling your buff will generate a new buff and efficiency. By completing multiple combos, you will stack multiple buffs. Rerolling your buffs will be a great way to optimize your effects and to create powerful synergies between them. So now that I've done a lot of talking, let's jump right into it, and we can see the effect system in action. Let's jump into normal first. So from the main panel, I can see little icons on the right of the combo status. This icon is associated with an effect. We can go into the combo panel and get more information. So you can see here on the right, we have a buff effect. This effect will be granted fleet-wide once all nodes are satisfied completing the combo. But don't worry, completing a combo will also grant the same instant damage effect and amount that it previously did at launch. In our case, we will get some extra crit chance that will unlock once the combo is completed. And this effect will stay with us for the remainder of the boss battle. Okay, so let's try to finish up this combo, and we'll go from there. So one of our additions is to show crew that you have frozen in the crew select list. From here, you can even unfreeze crew. Let's see. I have Sito here. And we have the nice icons in the background now if they're immortalized. But let's say I want to use Sito here. She is frozen, but I can revive her. I can unfreeze her right from here and select her, which should make things much, much easier. It makes things much easier to see all the crew that you have potentially that can satisfy the node and make it so you don't need to leave this panel to go into cryostasis to unfreeze the crew. So another great addition we made is now the amount of traits that are shown in the crew select are not limited to the amount of traits on the node. So for an example, let me try to find, there we go, Jazzy Riker. So Jazzy Riker, this node requires 4 traits to be completed, but he has 5 traits that are showing listed because he has 5 traits that are included in the possible traits pool down below. This should help players strategize and choose crew that have maybe a better chance to satisfy a node because they have more traits that are listed from the possible traits list. One thing I actually should show you is, let's jump back to easy real quick. You can see I've already been working on this. So now we show the image of the crew that was used to satisfy the node, and we still want the captain to have his bragging rights. So the captain's name will be shown above the image. Also notice that I've completed a few nodes already, but I'm still able to see the possible traits list. So even though you have contributed and completed a node, you can still help out your fleet mates to figure out which crew can satisfy a node. So let's jump back to normal real quick. Let's try to complete this combo here. We unfroze Sito, so let's get her out here. And for our best chance, we'll use one of my favorites, Jazzy Riker. Great, so I was able to complete 2 of them. And now, because I can, let me force the other ones. And it's just because the cheats that I use require to restart at this time. So I can take a few questions in the meantime while we're booting back up. So we haven't directly added bonus damage for clearing nodes, but nodes are much more important now because they're going to give you fleet-wide buffs that are going to overall give your fleet the ability to do more damage, so helping everyone. Cool. Oh yeah, we've also added some new effects to kind of spice things up a little bit. So now that we've satisfied the combo, I unlocked a new effect, and I did an instant damage to the boss. But to be honest, I'm not super happy with the effects here, so I'm gonna try to re-roll them. So back in the start battle screen, we can see a little icon to the right where the effects are unlocked. Hitting that button will open the effects re-roll screen. Re-rolling your effect will only change the effect for you and not affect the rest of the fleet, rest of your fleet mates' buffs and effects. So you can see this one's actually pretty low compared to what we could be. So let's just re-roll it and see what we get. So we got a ship crit chance, and that one's actually pretty high. So I'll leave that for now. With this other one, let's just re-roll it and see what else we can get. I'm actually looking for a 2x or a 3x. There are 7 different kinds of effects with different minimums and maximums. But I will just continue to reroll until we can get a 2 or 3 just to show you. There we go. So we got a ship crit chance times 2, which is pretty cool. So a lot of these, I recommend at least trying to find some synergies. Like I said in playtests, I was able to get a ship speed or a attack speed buff, and luckily I got two 2x's and a 3x, and I was able to just rapid fire attacks to the boss, and I was doing much more damage because of it. And that made me alter my crew loadout and my ship loadout to do more damage. So that interaction was pretty fun. I'm just going to reroll these one more time so I can show you guys the difference in damage output. There you go. That one's a pretty good one. Ship crit chance. Let's see here. I know I have a really good output here. I think what I usually use. Oh, and we've added the search functionality to the other panel. I'll go back to that in a second. Actually, let me do that now. So clicking on a node here, we have the search functionality at the top. These automatic filter through astrophysicists and musicians. And now the only other traits that show here are the ones that are listed in the possible traits list here. So if I wanted to, let's say we already have these two. Let's search by telepath. And it'll only show me these Spocks now. So this should help you get a little more granular and able to finely tune the which crew that you're going to be selecting. Let's hop back into here so I can show you the difference in damage. Let's get Crusher out here. And I think Maddox is a good one. Look at that, lots more damage. And I think this effect is probably one of the weaker ones, but personally I like the attack speed and uh, the attack amount, the attack damage. Great. So those are the major changes to fleet boss battles. Um, so before I get to the talking about what we have coming up in September with Star Trek Day and all the goodies associated with that. At this point, I'd love to answer some questions that you all may have. So feel free to post some questions in the chat, um, and I can answer them for you. Is the fleet-wide buff, fleet boss battle buff, as well as the bonus hit of damage we previously had for completing combos, or instead of? It is additional, so you will also get uh, the instant damage to the Doomsday Machine, but also get the bonus or get the effect. Is there a way to show the name of the crew you selected on in the combo screen? Yes. Here, no, but you can help search. Can we move the ability display window so it doesn't cover the crew select portion? That is on our backlog and to do. We did have a lot of things that we wanted to get um, to uh, to address for fleet boss battles, but we have to start rolling these out in piecemeal. So this is what we were able to get to start, but that is still on the backlog. Yeah. Here we go. This buff is this effect is ship attack speed, so hopefully we can get this one. Oh, I didn't get any of them. Although my ship is not a great ship, I don't think. I think I have a better one. There we go. Sweet. Now we're getting 11% more attack speed. And this next one is a ×4 ship crit hit damage. So that would be pretty big for us. Let's see how these do. What was the other one I could use? If you select a crew, there's an issue that the crew information overlays the grid. Yep, that is currently on the backlog. So we're hopefully we'll be able to address it in a future update. No, the buffs cannot have a negative effect. That is probably a display thing that we have to address. Let's try someone else. The search function only allows for one trait to be entered, not multiple. But once you start playing it, if that's feedback you have, definitely let us know. Like I said, player feedback was at the forefront of this client. I can't tell you how long Shannon and I were reviewing feedback from you all, and that had a direct impact to where we are for this client. There are some balancing and adjustments we might have to make because we are adding the buff system. So, just keep that in mind as we're getting data on one end. We may be, we're open to kind of adjusting and tweaking things moving forward as well. Yes, I know the web store hasn't been updated today. I have not been able to get to it, but I hope to do that by end of day today. When you're rerolling a buff, it is only for you. Oh, thank you. Great. Okay, so now I can get to, let me just do one more attack so we all can see how much the damage output can change. Giveaway, giveaway, giveaway. Oh, I see the timelines talks folks are in here. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, and look how much damage I'm doing now, over 400,000 compared to what it was before, which was I forget what it was before, but it was way lower than that. So yeah, these effects have a big impact, and we're hoping that it'll get you to kind of play around with your ship and your crew loadout. So now I can get to the Star Trek Day goodies that we have going on. So if all goes to plan, we will be force upgrading and turning on the new fleet boss battles, turning that back on the 6th. That is pending client rollout. We do have a little issue right now that the team is hard working on. That we'll have more to update probably on that tomorrow. From the 7th to October 5th, we'll have a free brand new 5-star crew giveaway. And this crew will also be included in a month-long objective event, also starting on the 7th, running through the 5th of October. Now, the new crew in this, I don't want to spill the beans just yet. It's it'll be a very special crew, so we're hoping to announce that very, very soon, within the next few days, and early next week. So stay tuned for that. So on Star Trek Day, we will be giving out 5 free crew slots to all players. And then also we will be releasing a Fleet Boss Battles free pack. This pack will include some currencies and some valor to get all players back in and participating in the new update to Fleet Boss Battles. And I know you guys have been asking for this for a long time. We are having a honor sale. We're having an honor sale next week, so don't miss out on that opportunity. But we'll also be adding a new Honor Hall crew as well. It will be a version of Hammer that we're really excited for. And just a note on that, we'll have our offers in game. They will be available on our web shop a day earlier than in game. So definitely check that out if you can. On the 13th, if all goes to plan, now else could change, but if all goes to plan, we'll have a new type of objective event that will give out crew retrieval items and energy. Yes, you heard that right. Quantum pole stars as rewards and objective in an objective event. And also, we will releasing a new collection themed around the Gambler trait. That's also on the 13th. On the 19th to the 23rd, we'll have a Discovery Celebration Mixed Behold pack. These will be paired with some LTOs, but this will be a great way to get those past Discovery crew that maybe you have missed and get them on your roster. On the 20th, another brand new type of Unleashed objective event will be released. Of course, if everything goes to plan. The objective event will be centered around fleet boss battles. Also on the 20th, we will have a brand new type of pack, a Ship Behold pack for a limited time, which will be starting on the 20th. I believe we're running that for a week, potentially 2 weeks. We will also be having special web shop offers around the polls on the Ship Behold pack. And also on the 21st, we will be releasing a exclusive item on our web shop. Don't want to announce it just yet, but we're pretty excited for this one to come out. Great. And just a note, tomorrow we'll be releasing our official comms about all that was mentioned here. That will be released tomorrow. And that's all I have. Any last questions before I call it for the night? Yes, the honor sale. The honor sale is always a great time. Any last questions? Update to the app to the Google Play Store and Apple Store. Currently, we are addressing an issue on our, I believe it's our Samsung store and our Amazon store for the new client. So we're addressing those things first, those platforms first, and making sure the fix goes into the new builds for Google and Apple, and then hopefully we'll be able to release them fairly soon, hopefully by the end of this week. But we'll probably have more on that to share tomorrow when we're able to get more information. Will the first person to level 20 get a prize? No, but I like that idea. Maybe I'll have to try that when we release our the next bridge in the future. Will there ever be another Honor Hall ship? Potentially, or maybe a ship that is on the web shop or something like that. But I haven't thought too much about that. Trait audits are, how often do they happen? Not as much as we would like to do them, but they are a huge task. We actually did do one very recently. We're hoping to be able to get that out sometime before the end of the year. But like you said, a lot like trait audits take a lot of time. We have a lot of crew now, so going through all of them, making adjustments, definitely takes a lot of time. The voyage bug still on the top of the backlog. But it is on the top of our minds right now. Awesome. Yeah, so we have a bunch of great things planned for Fleet Boss Battles, the future of Fleet Boss Battles, and even beyond. We are already starting our design process and planning out and the feature after Fleet Boss Battles. No timeline on that yet. It's going to take a while, but from what I've seen, I'm very excited. Very excited about it. And I think it'll mix up the gameplay. It'll be a blast for everyone. So we still have a lot of things to do left on Star Trek Timelines. We have features planned out. The end of Q3 into Q4. Some multiple new features that we're looking to release, and then of course, hopefully, a new boss battle either in Q4 or Q1 of next year. Great. That's it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.